What does it feel like to walk through a city built across 14 islands, where medieval charm meets cutting edge design? Welcome to Stockholm, a city where history whispers through cobbled streets, royal palaces stand tall, and art lives around every corner. In this video, we're joined by Stockholm based tour guide Fayez, who will take us through the city's iconic landmarks, secret neighborhoods, and hidden gems that most tourists miss. Let's dive into the charms of Stockholm with Fayez.
My name is Fayez and I've been guide in Stockholm all the last 4 or 5 years. I studied about history and especially Middle Ages. As you see the background, which is the Viking, this is the land of the Viking and how they were traveling the world, and they have a lot of mixtures with other nations. And Stockholm is the biggest city in the Nordic country. The major attraction in Stockholm is Vasa Ship Museum. This is, of course, not Viking, it's from Middle Ages, but it has an important value for Swedish Navy. Then to feel that you are at a monarchy city, we have the Royal Palace. It's as a design of Baroque style, and also Rococo furnitures inside. It's open all the year. And the old buildings, which is the old town. And we have the design churches, and also there are different type of what we call it Sofo or Soho, the Bohemian style in South Island. The wooden house show you how it was the city in 17th century. And there's plenty of bars and restaurants. They have a late opening until 2 p.m. And so it's one of the famous dining part in the city. So there's a lot of attraction for people interested in art. We have many art galleries expressing contemporary art, and also we could say beginning of the former century time art, and also there's a classical art and there's historical art. And we have the National Museum. In National Museum there's more than 700,000 objects from Middle Ages until our time, almost until 80s, for applied art and design. And there's a lot of sculpture. So that National Museum need at least to specify for a brief visit 3 hours. And beside, we have many islands, as I say, 14 islands. We have Ship Island, also is a charming island, where there's also a museum of modern art, and there's some baroque as well. It was used to be for Navy students, but today some of them, they are hotels. So you can feel in Stockholm, some places outside of metropolitan city. Like we have in one of the island called South Island, a neighborhood, only wooden houses. You feel yourself somewhere away from the city, but you are in the heart of the city of Stockholm. Keep those charm buildings to show how the people they were used to live in 17th century on that timber houses. And we have Catherine Church, Katarina Kyrkan in Swedish, and Maria Magdalena Church. So people, they visit the churches to see, to understand about the value of the architectural design, whether Baroque or Gothic style. And then, of course, our church, they are Lutheran church and Protestant. And it's welcome to everyone to visit it, but they have opening time, usually 11 o'clock till 5. And also we have a church in Old Town, the German church, and also the crowning church, meaning when the king been crowned. We have the monarchy church, but it's available as a museum as well, and active church. We have a imperial church for the monarchy in one of the island. They call it the island of nobility. We have a noble because Sweden is a constitutional monarchy. to feel that you are in a monarchy land. You expected a royal palace and a church where the king practiced their own prayers. And beside of it, when we talk for something to visit outside of Stockholm, we talk about the monarchy standards of the country. My picture background is the rune stones, the Viking rune stone, where they are writing their memory on it and different texts for different occasions from 10th and 11th century. We have the major attraction called Uppsala. It's about a fast train, less than an hour, and a slow train, 1 hour. You are in the city of Uppsala. First of all, it's our university. It's mostly students who living there. University. And the attraction there, it's an old, they call it Gamla Uppsala or the old Uppsala. This is, you could say, the core of the cradle of the Viking temple, where today is converted to be a church. And there's talking about the Viking, and then you move to the castle of the city, where there's from Middle Ages, where started the Swedish monarchy, and also the dome, the big, huge church from early Christian Sweden, and then the botanist or the botanic garden. We have a famous scientist. He is the famous botanist in the world, Carl van Leen, and there is a lot of flowers from different type of flowers. This is part of the attraction, and beside the library, the Uppsala University with the Uppsala Library. Those they are hundreds of years old. You can feel the classical Nordic style of it. One also a Viking will call which is not far from the airport. You can see many rune stones and many old churches there, and the shopping center. So those both cities, they are in the same region. They talk about the north of Stockholm, talking about the Viking. And in the south of Stockholm, we have the castle Gripsholm. In the south of Stockholm is the north of Stockholm, located on the third biggest lake called Mälaren, in the north of Stockholm. And this castle also is talk about the beginning of establishment of the royal monarchy of Sweden in the south, and located on the same lake. So the lake, because 120 kilometers long. So we have this an attraction. It's a castle, and there's a beautiful painting inside of the castle, show the monarchy beginning of life, authentic. And if you want to feel the Sweden monarchy, the current monarchy where they are living, you can have like by a tram and bus in a journey of 35 minutes in a Drottningholm, the Queen Island, there where the king are living, king and queen, because the one in the city is a work office. It's an office for the king and the queen. Where they are living, about 35 minutes from the city, it's a Queen Island. And there they have the palace, and next in the palace itself, part of it is a museum, talking about the monarchy's wars and visitors who come to visit formal monarchy from other countries who visit this palace, and a garden, 60-hectare garden. It's a huge one. It's a Baroque and English garden, and the first opera house. Matter of fact, this place, it's the first to visit outside of Stockholm. Then the Viking and the beginning of Stockholm as a kingdom. Those places, they are in need, like the ones in the north, they need full day. Each one, Sigtuna or Uppsala, full day. Gripsholm also need full day, but half day for where the king and the queen they are living, because it's not far from the city. So those they can also have options. And beside we have royal garden, We have Haga Garden, where Gustav III, one of the kings, he has a small palace, but the design is an English garden from his time with a lot of attraction. And we have also a garden in the south of Stockholm, which is part of a cemetery, and it's registered in UNESCO. So for those people who love nature, they are a nice place to walk in.
From Viking runestones and majestic castles to lush royal gardens and bohemian alleys, Stockholm is more than just the capital city of Sweden. It is a destination where you can journey through time and culture. Huge thanks to Fayez for giving us such a rich and personal glimpse into the city's heart and soul. If you're planning a trip to Sweden, these are the places you simply cannot miss. For more travel stories and local insights like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, happy exploring!